Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Johngy or Else podcast. I, of course, am who else but Tommy Else. And with me, as always, coming to us from Skokie, Illinois, is the man on the beat from johngysbeat.com. Look it up, Mr. John Robleski.
How are you, Tommy?
I'm good, John. How you doing?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I know you were away, and I texted you, and I signed an autograph.
Are you sure it wasn't a cop giving you a ticket or something?
It
I
was
mean,
not. I was sitting at a wrestling show, and I got tapped on the shoulder, and turned around. The guy had all my John G's Beat YouTube channel pulled up, and he goes, "Is this you?" And I said, "That's me." And he said, "May I ask you for an autograph?" And I said, "You could. I've never signed one, and I'm not sure why you want, but sure, I'll sign one." And he pulled out a piece of paper, and I asked him his name and signed it. And he was all giddy.
yeah. Well, when you find out that you've had your identity stolen in the next couple of
Who's going to
weeks,
steal my identity?
let me know. Well, that's a very good point. Uh, but well, I remembered my shirt this time.
Yeah, look at that. How about
We
that?
have you'll notice how much more worn mine is because it actually yours looks like you just got the thing. Mine has
Well,
clearly
except for
been
the fact that I have several.
through the what?
I ordered several. I don't just have one.
What? Okay, so you have several. You just backups, just you rotate
Well, when
them
there was a sale, I ordered a couple extra because you never know. In this time frame, what if who knows? What if the site shuts down? What if we stop doing this? I'll always have those. What if I tear it? Then I can't come on the show.
Well,
I'd be
we
like
have the
you last
artwork.
month.
We
It's
could
just
go
a
somewhere
stupid.
else and just have another shirt made up. I mean, you can have made up anywhere.
Or I could just order them now when it's convenient and have them.
Yeah, I guess. All right.
You're
Well,
criticizing me for being prepared, and you were the guy last month with some other dopey shirt.
I did drop the ball on wearing the shirt, but so like in karate, you know how where the black belt comes from. You know what the story behind the black
I do
belt is.
not.
Okay, so back in the day they didn't have red and yellow and all the different colors and stuff. You started with a white belt, and the more that you worked and the more that you practiced and everything, your belt would get dirty. And if your belt was dark enough and it was a black belt, then it was a sign of experience and expertise.
That's
So
interesting.
my one shirt that's worn down is my black belt. Shows my level of expertise in the John G. Earls world, my level of prestige as
Well,
the
except when I'm
main
out and
host of the
about covering
show.
events, I
And
also don't want to be out in a worn shirt. I want to look pristine, clean,
no, this
sharp.
garners respect. This garners
Don't
respect.
believe me. You do not
And
garner
and
respect.
and large amounts
Nobody
of
respects you, pal.
large amounts of reverence. And so
Yeah.
you
Reverends.
you might look fresh, but I'm uh I'm revered. I'm revered.
What do you?
Well, we without further ado, let's get down to business here because we have a guest today, hence the shirts. Uh I have known Jenny since 2012. She met I we she was aware of me before I had officially met her, but we didn't really technically meet until 2012. But we met through wrestling, through Resistance Pro Wrestling, and been through a lot of adventures with one another. And you were there in the background, and
Why am I
uh,
even here?
so a couple of years ago,
Just for the information, I have known her longer. I've been on, most of the adventures that Tommy's discussing. I've also been. Just a little. No.
well, this isn't about you.
Oh, it was, oh, gee.
So a couple of years ago, though, we're friends on Facebook, and I noticed she started making. She made like a sourdough bread. She made like a loaf of sourdough bread, and I was like, "Oh, good for you." And then, like, a couple days later or a week later, or whatever, she did another one, and then she was like posting more and more pictures of sourdough bread. And I'm just like, well, she's on a kick right now. And I know how I get, like when I like work with a new recipe, like I'll make it and then I'll try it. I'll be like, well, this needs to change. I need to do this, and then I'll make the whole thing all over again. So like I eat nothing but that for the next 2 weeks because I just keep screwing with the formula. So I just figure this is what she's doing. And then eventually I get to a point where I'm like, you know, what's going on here, with the sourdough bread? Are you gonna like start a store or something? And sure enough, a couple weeks later, she had an online store and she was taking orders. And since then, she has started Bread and More, which you can find, I believe, at breadandmore.com. I'll double check that. And on Facebook. And so she's been doing very, very well. I've had so many people I've referred to her who have gotten not only the bread, but she makes a variety of different specialties. And
That's what I want to ask her. I have so many
she
questions.
has a lot of stuff that she does. And this has become like a full, time thing for her on top of her full-time job. So we'll get into it with her, but and find out more about it. But very inspirational story. It's exciting to watch somebody like find something new because there was never any point in all the years that I knew her where I was like, well, she seems like the type who would bake some sourdough bread and maybe go into business doing it. And I think if you had asked her at the time, she also would have thought that was a crazy idea. So without further ado, let us introduce our good friend and baker, Jenny Derrickson.
Hi guys.
There
How
she
are
is.
you?
We're
I'm
okay.
good.
How are
I'm
you?
good. Tommy's Tommy.
Tommy's Tommy. Well, I should just hang up now then, huh? How about you,
Uh,
John? What you been up to?
Same usual stuff, chasing stupid stories just to avoid working a real job.
That sounds fun.
Could be worse, right?
It could be worse. It could be worse. Look at your wall. Oh my gosh.
Tommy's on there somewhere.
At the bottom?
no,
Should be.
I'm in the one with him and Al Snow
And Lisa Prati.
and Lisa Prati.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that. You were
Well,
in Minnesota this weekend, Tommy?
I was in Michigan, yeah. Uh,
Michigan.
it was my guy's weekend vacation. So it's like 22 guys in a lodge and video games and food
That
and
can't be good. Did you sleep
weed
at
and
all?
yeah, I slept like 10 hours a night probably.
I asked him how it was, and I got the very descriptive good.
See, she followed up with some specific questions though. Like you just said, how was
What
it?
do
And
I
I said it
follow up
was
How
with?
was
good.
it? How
Good.
was it?
Yeah. Uh, so all right. Well, we're just gonna launch right into this here. So
All right, sounds good.
you ready to go?
I am. I
We
am. I don't
pre
know
we
what to expect, but okay.
just just relax and be you.
We're harsh, man. We ask the hard questions.
Yeah.
Like, what is sourdough?
Yeah.
Right, right.
All right, everybody. We are here with Mrs. Jenny Derrickson. Jenny, welcome.
Thank you so much for
Welcome.
having me.
I already kind of introduced the audience to you and everything, but uh, I was telling them that, how just one day I start seeing some posts online. Look at me, I made a sourdough bread, and it's like good for her, man. She made a sourdough, and then like
Actually, it
next,
wasn't even a good looking sourdough bread. It But
Well,
yeah,
you hold yourself to a higher standard now, but you were just glad that you made one at all.
I did.
Eh,
I did. I
As long
was.
as it tasted good,
It did to me, but yes,
see?
I made
And
quite a few since then.
yeah, and then I start seeing like more and more and more, and then I'm just like, well, is this like a thing now? And then sure enough, website gets launched, and now you're at it. It's Bread and More. Is the website breadandmore.com or is it something else?
.net, yes,
Dot
.net.
net. Okay, breadandmore.net. We'll put that up
We'll
on
put
the
that up
screen.
there.
I'm actually in the kitchen where he can see, not everybody, I don't know if everybody can see, but I've got the big old commercial bread oven behind me now, and
Oh,
Well,
to my,
serious
let's talk
yeah.
business.
about that. Let's talk about
Okay,
that.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
in the beginning, so you start making them, your people are trying them, people are liking them, and now you're actually getting orders. Walk
yes.
us through the process of like, all right, well now you're getting orders, and I know you have a full-time job that you do besides this. So you are up at the crack of dawn
My
and
day is interesting. It really
working
is.
working on this stuff, and also very impressively, you have some of the best social media content of anyone I know.
I don't know about the best, but I do try to keep up with social media. I at
It's
least try to keep people abreast as to where I'm going to be and when I'm going to be there and things of that nature. And
it's
then when I'm doing it, I try to like record. Okay, let's record me, making a loaf of bread.
Yeah, but it's fresh and it's consistent. It is different stuff, and it is just like a
Yeah.
little bit of like, hey, did you know about this? And this is why you do this, and things like that. So it's interesting. But so don't walk us through today necessarily, but like the early goings where you start like actually having to fill orders, like how is your day going then? And then kind of tell us how
Back at
it's
the
evolved
beginning,
now.
so in the beginning, was much easier than it is today, honestly. Um, it was trying to build customers at that point, launching the website and getting our voice out there about what we do and what our mission was. And our mission was really unprocessed food. It was our health. It was Brett, my husband, and myself. We really started all of this for our own health. And it just kind of had the snowball effect that, hey, this really has been working for us. It could work for you as well. I have lupus, and I've suffered really, really horribly for like the first 15 years I was diagnosed. I didn't know what to do. I was taking like 20 pills a day. And I am not exaggerating when I say 20 pills a day, it was.
Mhm.
And I used to have seizures on top of the lupus. So I would have like 3 seizures a week, and that's disruptive to your life. That is your
Sure.
life. You plan your life around, when am I going to have my next seizure? And then all of your family plans their lives around that as well. So that is just it's encompassing. It's just, medical is just that's your life now. So I had to find a way out of it. And like sourdough was the rabbit hole that I went down, as to, okay, this makes me feel, I can eat this bread and I don't feel bad. So
Yeah.
what else can I eat and not feel bad? And that's kind of the avenue that we took when it came to healing my body. So now we went down unprocessed foods. So any food that I can't pronounce, I'm not going to eat, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And that's really what we do now. We kind of have like a Mediterranean carnivore diet. We eat a lot of meat and
Yeah.
all of the healthy oils, olive oil, avocado oil, ghee butter. We stick to healthy oils, we fruits and nuts. um, and I feel so much better. I haven't had a seizure in about 4 years now,
Oh
Oh, good
wow,
for
very
you.
good.
which is life changing, right? I mean, we used
Yeah.
to go on vacation and I would drop by the poolside, and you didn't know what to expect when you have seizures in your life. And that is besides the lupus, because lupus for me caused pain. I had joint pain, and that was what it did for me. I know other people it causes, liver damage, or it does other things for their organs, but for me it meant joint pain. My joint pain is completely gone, And it really
Yeah.
is about the inflammation markers in your body
Sure.
and what you're putting into your body. So once we took out all of that processed food, that was it. It was just life changing. And
Yeah.
so I really wanted to give that to other people through sourdough bread. And that's where it all came in the beginning. So in the beginning, it was just trying to get that voice out there about what we're doing and finding the right market for it. And so we started doing farmers markets as well. And it was really small in the beginning. Um, so I started with 2 Dutch ovens in my regular home oven.
Yeah.
And a 6-quart mixer. That was it. Um, and so the word got out so fast and so furious. I'm like, okay, I can't do just 2 quarts, two Dutch ovens in the regular oven anymore. And so we had to invest in the commercial bread oven. So we got a Simply bread oven, so I can do 12 loaves of bread at once, which really helped me.
And
Help the
is that
production.
what that monster behind you is there?
That is that monster right
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
And so after that, we're like, okay, we need to save my hands from doing all the mixing. And then we
Sure.
invested in a 30-quart mixer. And that is this month
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
so as well. And then if you've seen my social media recently, we have 4 refrigerators, and even that wasn't enough. So we got a commercial reach-in refrigerator that holds 160 loaves of bread at one time.
How's the electric bill been since
So
all of this started?
it has doubled. You'll hear Brett in the other room.
Yeah.
Tripled, he said.
Yeah.
Tripled. Yeah, yeah. But
Um,
the feedback has been so wonderful.
yeah, and so I mentioned that I've been sending people to you. I've had it myself many times. I mean, I love it, and I have not talked to a person who's had it who didn't think it was great. So you started then playing around with just tons and tons of different styles and flavors and stuff. Then you started getting into like being able to like make designs in it and make it
Right.
look pretty and everything.
Yeah,
Uh,
we've been on
but
a journey.
but you've also expanded outside of just sourdough bread itself, and you have
Yeah,
an
yeah.
entire ever-growing seemingly line of other products. So talk to us about some of the
Do.
first ones and what you've got now and where you're at with that.
Thank you. So we obviously started with original sourdough, that's continues to be our best seller. Everybody, it's very versatile. You can do anything you want with just original
Sure.
sourdough bread. Jalapeno cheddar is our second best seller right after that.
Hmm.
But then a lot of people are liking like the multi grains, which is like whole wheat, rye, and spelt together. So multiple grains and very healthy for you. And I am just now getting into different types of flours. So like the einkorn flour, durum flour, um, T55 flour from France. It's wonderful and delicate and delicious. So just getting into different kinds. I had no idea there was all these different types of flours out there, and they're beautiful and harder to work with sometimes, but I love that. I love the challenge of that. And I have had lots of failures
Sure.
where my bread is absolutely flat. But that just makes me want to do better. It absolutely makes me want to rise up to the challenge, pun intended, I guess.
So to speak, yes.
Right, so to speak. But we've also expanded to, I don't know, doing things like vanilla, and I'm putting sourdough in cookies and scones, and even in the crust of my apple pies.
Hmm.
So you can taste that little sourdough tang even in the apple pie, and it's offset by the sweet of the apples and the cinnamon. So it tastes really unique.
And you
I was
even
going to ask you about that too. Like with sourdough, I'm not sure how that would work, but like, could you make sourdough pasta?
I have, and it's on the menu. It's on the menu, and
So
it's
it's
delicious, and it freezes really well. If you don't go through an entire box or something like that, you can freeze it. And sourdough itself freezes really well. So I have a lot of people that they're like, it's only me, I can't eat an entire loaf. So then I give them bread care instructions on how they can freeze half the loaf and then just take it out as they need it. Or I offer also mini loaves. So just half of a loaf itself, and it comes in a little boule, and
Yeah, you get a
it's
little
beautiful.
card with your loaf of bread with care instructions on it. So
Nice.
Exactly.
it's she's
Exactly.
she's all over it. Yeah, it's
And,
cool.
and like could you make any like could you make cupcakes, sourdough cupcakes?
I have made muffins. I
Ooh.
have not made cupcakes per se, but I've made chocolate egg-free muffins for I cater to people's diet. I like people saying that I am their personal baker.
Hmm.
So if you tell me if you have allergies, or I have a couple of people that are vegan, so I'll make a cheddar jalapeno, but then I'll make it with vegan cheese. So just let me know what your needs are, and we'll cater it to whatever your needs are.
Very cool.
I've had the rye is my favorite of the sourdough breads. Uh, she has some chocolate chip cookies that are especially good.
Especially.
My problem isn't my problem is that I find sourdough bread very easy to eat. So like I can just take a loaf and just bite right into the thing, and I could
I've seen
probably
that.
yeah, and I mean, well, I live alone, so it's not like I got to worry about cutting it up for other people. So sometimes I just, gnaw at it once in a while and then put it back in its bag. But like, I could legitimately sit down and just sit and eat the whole thing in one sitting.
Oh,
So
totally me. Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
freezing it
it's
and
only me
having,
and Brett as well. So me and my husband, and we go through a cheddar jalapeno, just the two of us, once every 2 to 3 days. So I
yeah,
mean, we have a lot of cheddar jalapeno.
I have,
Either with grilled cheese sandwiches or with
sure.
balsamic and olive oil.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have to make a very conscious effort to not
Eat the
eat
whole thing.
all
Just
as
eat
much as I
bread.
want to because I got olive oil and I can dip it in that, and it's just like it's so good.
But it's so
Same.
good. And you can, and we do pancake mixes as well. So you can put sourdough in pancake mix, and it's like the best pancakes ever. They're nice and crispy and fluffy at the same time.
And
Um,
you also sell like a dehydrated starter, so people who want to
I
do this and make their own.
do. I am their IT tech when it comes to, that's what Brett says, is that she is IT when it comes to the starter. We guarantee the starter. So um, my Packrell starter will rehydrate within 3 to 4 days, and then they can start making their own sourdough bread. And I encourage that.
Mhm.
I know that some bakers will be like, well, they want to be the person that they buy it from. So I want you to feed your family as well. So
Sure.
yeah,
No, it's
absolutely,
cool if well, it's teach a guy to fish and he'll have food for life rather than give
absolutely.
him a fish.
Oh, look at the philosopher there.
Yeah. Well,
Does
that's
it
what I'm
work
here
well
for.
with for garlic bread?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It works well for anything. So, I mean, there's lots of recipes that I'm just starting to put it into.
Have you made a
I
garlic?
just
Have you made a garlic bread one? Have you done
yeah,
garlic?
yeah, absolutely. I
All
haven't
right.
sold a garlic bread one. I've made it for the family,
I
but
I
yeah,
would I would
absolutely.
I would get one. I would get a
Oh
garlic bread
God,
one.
yeah.
You got one? We'll have to make you one, Tommy.
Yeah, no, I would
Tommy
definitely get
said the
a garlic.
next time I'm because I'm way north. So the next time I have to see Tommy, we will he'll be picking up some stuff for me.
All right,
Yeah,
absolutely,
I told him
Because
absolutely.
I'll
We'll have to set you up.
I'm a huge sourdough fan.
Are you?
Oh, he's
Why
totally.
don't Okay,
Absolutely.
okay. We'll have to set you up. We actually got cookies and scone. We had a market yesterday, very nice market in Geneva, and all of our cookies about sold out. We came home with like 2 packs of cookies and 2 scones.
Good. Congrats.
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. Good markets.
No, it's very cool. It's been very cool to see you because it's doing this and being successful because I can see how happy you are doing it.
Thank you so much.
And I'm impressed with just seeing you get up at like 4 a.m. and you're in the kitchen listening to music and making your bread, and then you go to work and still have to do all that, and
I
then on
do.
the weekends you're out there hustling and slinging bread, and
It's a long day. It's a long day sometimes. I have to say, I'm looking forward to having this weekend off. I'm going to Minnesota this weekend to see our grandson. Um, we see him like, I don't know, twice a year now, and he's not even 2 yet. So
Oh,
it's nice to have some time off. Because otherwise it's every day getting up at 4, just like you said, and then working at my primary job. So it's a lot of work, but I gotta tell you that I'm not complaining about anything. I have a
No, I can
very
tell.
busy life.
I can tell that
Passion.
you're enjoying it. Yeah, for sure. I do think that it's worth, and I'm sure you'll agree, giving a quick shout out to your husband, Brett, because I have seen very firsthand him be very not only supportive of you, but I mean hands-on helping out with the farmers markets
Brett,
and
come here.
loading things up and unloading things and talking to people and everything. He's a good guy, and I
We're
know that
giving a shout
he's
out to you, and I just wanted
yeah.
you to come here so
Say
we
hi
can
to
give a shout
everybody,
out to
Brett.
you.
Hey, Brett.
I was
Tell
just
me,
telling
John.
everybody how much I've noticed how good of a support system you've been, both just, emotionally and literally physically out there slinging bread with her and loading the car and unloading it and setting things up and everything. So
Don't
it's
forget the
nice.
accounting
Yeah.
and the dishes.
That's what he said.
A lot of
Yeah.
dishes
He mentioned the
and the
dishes.
accounting.
The first thing he'll always mention is the dishes.
Yeah. But it's
It's
nice to
never
see
ending.
it's nice to see when, I'm sure, Jenny, that you would agree that it really does make a huge difference to have someone in your corner like that. So,
It really, I couldn't do it without him. That's all.
What about
yeah.
Max?
So we
Oh,
tip
yeah.
we tip our hat to you there, Brett.
Well, thank you very much for the shout out and the recognition. And I'm the back. I'm the flip side, the back side of the whole
The
process.
backside of the
That
process.
nobody sees except for the
Yeah.
part.
Very important part, though.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, so tell everybody where they can find you on social media, where they can get your bread. Tell us all, give us the whole thing. What do we
Absolutely.
got? Where do we go?
TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, it's all bread and more for you. So bread and more, the number 4, the letter U.
And
And then my
is it and spelled A-N-D?
A-N-D, correct,
Okay.
correct. So all one word, bread and more, all one word, the number
For
4,
you.
and
Yeah.
then you. And then my website is breadandmore.net.
Excellent. Well, I
I have
encourage.
a question before
Yeah.
we end.
Yes.
It's not really related to sourdough, but since you're a baker, you might know. Is there a reason why I see topping, but I've never seen an actual like chocolate bagel, like full in throughout, chocolate dough.
There are chocolate bagels, so I don't know why you've never seen
I've
one.
never seen one.
We're gonna have to make you a sourdough chocolate bagel, John.
I will put that in my order when I'm down there. I will make an order for
We
that.
can do that for you, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, that answers that question.
No worries.
Right.
No
Because
worries.
I've been to bagel shops and I've asked them and they've got like the chocolate chip, they've got the chocolate drizzle on top, and I keep asking like, well, and I mean it's not necessarily even that I love the chocolate bagel. It's just that I've never seen one, and
So
like,
have you
nobody
ever
knows.
have you ever even had one before?
No,
So you've just imagined this thing that could potentially exist, but
exactly.
and you
And
don't
my
see,
curiosity,
and you're just like, well, I don't see why it couldn't exist, and I agree.
and
So
none of the like Great American Bagel, shout out, New York Bagels, Tui Bagels, all these bagel shops, and Skokie Evanston are heavy bagel places. Nobody could answer that question for me.
Oh, hang on, Johngy. Hang on. Pictures of chocolate bagels. Chocolate bagels.
there you
All
go.
right.
There you
Well,
go.
then I will add that to my first order with you.
We could do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Captain social media over here.
Well,
Took Jenny 2 seconds to figure it out. All right, Jenny.
technically,
Well,
Tommy, that's not social media. That would be the internet.
all right, whatever. Jenny, thank you. Thank you
Thank
again,
you,
Thank
as
Jenny.
you all.
always.
Thank you both so much for having me. I truly, truly appreciate it.
Well,
And congrats. We love
yeah,
seeing the fun. We love seeing the
we're
success.
we're just
All
happy
right,
for
I'm
you.
gonna set you guys
And
up when I see you.
all right, we love you. You take care.
Take
All
care,
right, you
Jenny.
too.
All
All
right,
right, bye.
Bye.
bye. All right, everybody. Well, there she is, Mrs. Jenny Derrickson. Again, very cool to see somebody who just kind of stumbled upon something that she didn't know she had a talent for or a drive for, but once she did, she took it and ran with it, and she's doing great, and we're very happy for her. It couldn't happen to a better person, and I've known her. I know we've both known her, but
Oh, now he's throwing me in. Yes, I've known
I've
her as well. Thank you.
I've been aware of her lupus and her seizures
Yeah.
and a lot of the things that she's had to deal with over the years. And I know that it could be crippling at times and emotionally draining because, like she was saying, it's hard to go through life with this unpredictable,
Yeah.
event that could take place at any given time. Planning trips and doing stuff, and yeah, it trickles into the family. So one of the things I should have asked about, but as a personal trainer, I understand how it can, what she's doing and lowering the inflammation in the body and stuff. And one of the good things about sourdough bread too is that it plays a very important part of helping balance out your gut and all
Yeah.
the bacteria in your gut too. So if it's like if you're gonna have bread, it's like possibly the healthiest bread you could be having. So yeah, it's just a lot of benefits to it outside of it just tasting good. I know if you like sourdough bread, hers is the stuff, man. So
And the thing is, and you've touched upon it too, we've both known Jenny for 12-ish, 13, whatever years. And obviously she's had, health issues. And we used to see her a lot more back in the wrestling days. And you would never ever know that something was up with her. She was
no,
always positive, always smiling, always
mhm,
laughing.
yeah.
One of the nicest people, one of the best experiences we've had through that wrestling was meeting someone like Jenny.
Right. It's only because she and I are just much closer friends than you and her are that I know more about it and everything because, keep you at arm's length, but I get, you know, her confidence and confides in me and tells me about things that you're not that close with her. So I understand.
Which I wasn't that
So,
close with you.
but so anyway, thank you everybody for checking it out. Do check out breadandmore.net if you want to check out her products and the things that she's got available right now. And then Bread and More for You, I believe, is the Instagram, TikTok, and everything else. So,
And Jenny, we
uh,
want to order t-shirts. We want to see bread and more t-shirts that we could wear.
that is something that she needs to do. Yeah, it's Jenny, the t-shirts for real. It's funny because since she's been doing this, she has accumulated quite a collection of sourdough t-shirts and aprons and things like that. It's like, I think her license plate might even say something about sourdough now at this point. But you should definitely look into. I mean, you should know this. You're coming from wrestling. You should have a T-shirt. So if you get the Bread and More T-shirts going, we will. You get two sold right here. All right. So as always, thank you everybody for tuning in. I of course have been who else but Tommy Els, and joining me, whether I like it or not, from Skokie, Illinois, the man on the beat, from JohnG'sBeat.com, Mr. John Rob Lesky.
Hashtag sourdough, hashtag bread and more.
Hashtag goodbye.